Alright guys, here we go, part 2. So let's turn this thing on. Hit my power button. And you can see everything turned on. That's why I said that smart strip is important. Monitor, coin door light, marquee light. The sound system too. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you boot up. I replaced the Windows 7 logon screen with this. And there's my logon screen that I made in Photoshop. Not the greatest, but...
HyperSpin Super Arcade Emulation System.
So, as you can see,
please wait.
You would never think it was running Windows. Boots right to HyperSpin.
Alright, loading wheel.
Alright, so this is the main menu wheel. I combined all the arcade systems into one wheel. That's why I don't have a wheel with all the system names like Sega Naomi, Thomas Wave. There are only arcade games on here. There's only like 3 or 4 console ports I have on here because they are not emulated in MAME, and they have a pretty accurate port. So I'll show you those games what I did with those 2 in a second. But the talking you hear is a program called HyperSpeech that was written by this guy on the HyperSpin forums. Basically what she does is she speaks the name of the game as you select it.
Fortress 2 Blue Arcade.
And if you stay on the game for 30 seconds, it will, or she'll speak a small synopsis on the game, when it was manufactured, what it's about, what the objects are, all that good stuff. So when you also select the game, I have it light up the controls for the game. If the game is 1 player, only the 1 player light will light. If it's 2 players,
40 love.
2 players will light.
Fred Flintstone's Memory Match. Free
yeah,
kick.
who would play that? So after it shows you the controls, about 10 seconds it goes back to the regular front end controls. This is genre, that's favorites, and that's HyperSpin. These other 2 lights, LED blinky likes to illuminate, so whatever, I just left them. So let's hit genre, and this is what comes up. You can choose action, Atari, only games, ball and paddle, beat 'em up, break out, all that stuff.
Free kick, copyright 19, you're right. Let's pick a main game again. Free kick.
So all those genres. Over here on the side, you see that red button. That's if you ever want to exit a game or go back.
Freeze.
So let's start a game, and I'll show you what it looks like.
Free kick. Fred Flint, 40 love. Fly boy.
Actually, I'll show you
Jr.
this game. So I added in the Owl City track over there because I really like it in the movie at the end. So, alright, let's start it and I'll show you what she does. So she'll speak the game,
Fix, jump, exit game,
and then she'll also speak the control.
4-way joystick.
And also the control type, 4-way joystick, 8-way joystick. Alright, I'll show you guys the attract mode because it's just like the movie. I love this. And this game, believe it or not, is really addictive. I mean, the premise for it is simple, just fix the windows, but it's very addictive. Alright.
Hey, you moved my stuff!
Alright, let's insert a coin. Get this thing going.
I'm gonna wreck it!
Oh, yeah. Gene gets flung.
I can fix it.
Alright, so basically, yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so when we want to exit, like I said, we're going to press our exit
Choose
button,
another game if you like.
and then we're brought back to the main menu. Now, like I said, there's all arcade games on here, but there's a couple of games I actually stuck on
Function
here
3. Galactic
because
Storm.
they're not emulated yet. So let me show you what I did with those. Let's go to Raiden 2.
R-Sharp. R-Type. Rack 'em up. Rate. Read Nagard / Shin up. Rate DX.
Actually, Raiden
Rate
DX
DX.
and Raiden 2.
Rate
Both
2.
those games still are emulated in MAME, because whatever protection Seibu, Kaihatsu used, they still can't crack it. So these games, I'm running the PlayStation 1 ports. So for Raiden 2, I'm running the game Raiden Project. It's Raiden 1 and 2 bundled into one. So obviously we have the real arcade version of Raiden 1 right there from MAME, but
Raiden
2 isn't working yet, so I'll show you what I did using AutoHotkey, which is a Windows scripting program.
Raid 9, shoot, bomb, exit game, primary control, 8-way joystick.
Okay, so normally now you would see the PlayStation diamond and all that. See, I have AutoHotkey send a load state command, which brings you right to the loading screen of Raiden 2. Okay. I also have AutoHotkey running a coin lockout script, so try to get it to as close as an arcade version as I possibly can. So let's insert a coin over here.
5 minutes playtime remaining.
Okay, so I have the game on a 5-minute timer. So every 5 minutes, she'll come back and say, if you wish to continue playing, please insert another coin within 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, I'll have her exit the game and go back to the HyperSpin menu. So, you know, for the purists, you know, this may not be good enough. Oh, well, it's still not the original, you know, arcade version, but this is a pretty good port, so
That wasn't too bad.
I'll show you what I also did with another game that I wanted to add on here, but it's not a real arcade game.
Armor Force.
Let's go to S.
SOS. Shanghai. The Great Wall / Shanghai Triple Threat. Solar Fox.
Come on.
Space Fortress. Stone Brawl. Street Fighter 2. The Strike Gunner STG. Success Joe. Strike Fighter. Streets of Rage Grenade.
This isn't a real arcade game either, but this game is excellent. You know, it's a fan-made game, and to be honest, it puts all the official Sega ones to shame. So let's start it, and I'll show you.
Get ready. Streets of Rage Grenade, Special Attack, Jump, Special Combo, Series Attack, Back Attack, Police, Exit Game, Primary Control,
I added that
joystick.
Pulsing for the special police button. So the same thing, I got AutoHotkey running this coin lock script that locks out all the controls. So let's insert a coin now, and boom.
5 minutes playtime remaining.
I have AutoHotkey hit start, and our controls are unlocked, and we can play the game. Same thing, it's on a 5-minute timer. See, this game you can start from multiple points. It has multiple endings, and in-game you can actually take separate paths, stuff like that. So
That wasn't too bad.
Let's show you a couple more games. Some real arcade games now. I go to one of my favorite games.
Anno 2083.
Yep. I got past
Alien Storm. Alien versus Predator.
This game is awesome. Right here. I sank so many quarters into that
Alien
game.
3.
And Time Out in Le Mans.
Aliens.
But I absolutely love
Get ready.
Aliens.
Aliens. Shoot 1, shoot 2. Exit game.
I see, so
control.
those are the real button colors that were actually on the control panel. So LED Blinky comes with a file that has like 1,300 arcade games, well-known arcade games that the control panels were documented. So it automatically sets the colors up for you, but I added a lot of my own, so I put a lot of configuring into this. I remember looking at this game in the when I went to the movies when I was like 6, and I was just watching the attract mode, and I was scared because it showed like the aliens and everything like that. But it really is an awesome run and gun. So,
Select another game. All-American Football.
I'll show you a game using the my trusty light guns over there, and then I'll wrap this up. I'll show you one of my favorite light gun games.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle. Tecmo World. Tecmo World. Tekken World Cup. Terminator 2. Judgment Day.
This actually isn't a real light gun game. It's the gun. It was actually like an analog joystick, but anyway.
Get ready.
So see this one.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day, exit game, primary control, light gun.
So see, I don't have it light any buttons for the light gun games because none of them are used. Let's insert a coin over here.
Excellent.
Grab this.
Judgment Day.
You know, I have this game set to easy in the service mode, and it's still really hard. I don't think I'm going to shoot that.
Choose another game if you like.
So that's basically it. All these cool themes you guys see too, like on the games I select, like
Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
That over there. Those are made by all these guys who are really good with Photoshop on the HyperSpin forums. They do all of this in their free time. Like nobody pays them to do this. And some of these themes are
Tekken Tag Tournament.
are awesome. And look at these.
Tekken 3. Tekken 2 version.
So
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
yeah, look at this.
The arcade. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And that is pretty much it with this. See, there's my little coin bucket. I usually have that filled to the top. When buddies come over, I don't actually have them use their real quarters. I would never do that. When we want to exit or shut it off, what you're going to do is hit the
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
exit button. Would you like to exit? Hit start. And then it shuts down Windows. That's it. Everything shuts down. So that's pretty much it with this. So it's definitely if you definitely want to do something like this yourself, you can head over to the HyperSpin forums. A lot of the guys are very helpful there. Um, you know, there's no wise guys there. It's just all a bunch of guys who love, you know, older games like me. Um, and to be honest, you know, Pew said it to me 3 years ago. Oh yeah, you know, you're gonna build your own arcade machine. I would say no way. I would never do something like that. But ever since I found this site, um, you know, and I saw what they were doing, it gave me a lot of inspiration to do it. So I'm glad I did it. Would I do it again? Uh, Probably not. Building it wasn't so bad itself, but the configuring. One thing I want to point out: a lot of people think that, you know, they slap MAME on the arcade machine and it's ready to go, and that's not true, because to have all the games to be truly plug and play, like you select them and you play, there's a couple of hundred games that actually need to go through an NVRAM initialization process that can take upwards of an hour or two, like the CPS3 games. So I did all that configuring, you know, before I shelled this thing and made it prime time, you know, ready for playing. A lot of emulators also, in order to get them to launch the games correctly, I had to do a lot of tweaking. I also learned a lot with auto hotkey. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff from doing this that I would have never thought I would have learned, you know, like scripting and stuff like that. So the guys I want to thank are obviously Bill, who made the front end, Circo, who makes all the Emu movies that you saw over there for all these front ends, DJ VJ and Brawley, and all the guys that work on Hyper Launch. That's the program that actually launches the games. All the theme creators, Lucian for printing my marquee, and all the other guys I forgot to thank that have helped me there through the years. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Peace.